Good afternoon. Seeing as the last video that I posted of me sitting outside in the sun trying a hot sauce did about as well as you can reasonably expect in video of an obscure YouTuber trying an obscure hot sauce to do, I guess I'd do another one. I don't have my shades today because I couldn't find them. Can't keep track of anything. Good and bad news with regards to my seedlings. They're all down here. You can't see them except for my cheap plant. This is my banana pepper plant, which I did not grow that. I just purchased it. I think I would actually say I kind of rescued this plant. It was in pretty bad shape when I purchased it. It was very droopy and wilty. It's perked up quite a bit in the 3 days since I brought it out here. I've been keeping it well watered, and then I had one more little seedling spring up in one of the pots today, but on the downside there's one that might potentially have been killed last night. I had it inside on the windowsill, and my fiance didn't realize that it was that was one of the pots that had a seedling in it, and she brought the blinds down and it uprooted the seedling. I tried to replant it. We'll know in a day or two whether or not it was a successful salvage. Alright, so I'm going to try Bootsie's, from Bootsie's sauce company, Aloha from Hell. Okay. This one might be a little bit hard to find. I go to grocery stores all around town. I've only seen it in one place, and it was the first time I'd seen it there. I don't know how new of a release it is, but I'm assuming this is going to be something that's meant to accompany Hawaiian foods, Hawaiian barbecue. I don't eat much Hawaiian food. We have a couple of Hawaiian barbecue restaurants here, L&L, and then there's one other. I do like to go get, some mac salad and Kahlua pork sometime. So maybe this will be a nice compliment to that next time I go order from there. Alright, so let's see if we got a description here. Not much of a description. It just says born at the beach, collaboration with Aloha, Alabama barbecue, manufactured for Bootsie Sauce Company, Seattle, Washington. So this is actually not a Hawaiian product. It was made in Seattle, which is cool. I don't do a lot of local stuff. Alright, ingredients. Smoked pineapple, Guero chili. I've never heard of Guero chili, so I'll definitely be looking for a unique pepper flavor in this one. Onion, white wine vinegar, pineapple juice, water, ginger juice, charred arbol, ghost pepper, ALOHA Hawaiian sea salt, and smoked Applewood sea salt, and olive oil. So I'm primarily excited about, well, really three things that I'm excited about in this. I'm excited about the smoked pineapple flavor. I'm excited to see how Guero chili tastes, and I'm really happy that they included smoked Applewood sea salt because it's one of the great chef's secrets. I'll let you in on, because a lot of people will just say, "Oh, salt is salt," Himalayan pink salt and sea salt and kosher salt and table salt, iodized salt. They're all the same. Smoked Applewood sea salt is an entirely different thing. The layers of flavor that it can add to dishes, I know because I've made the dish. I've made a dish once, once with just regular kosher salt, and then another time with smoked Applewood sea salt, and everything else was absolutely identical about how I prepared it. The only difference was the salt, and multiple people gave me way more compliments on the second version of that. So I'm telling you, get yourself some smoked Applewood sea salt. It's not cheap, but it is worth it if you're trying to impress people with your cooking. Alright, let's give it another shake. It's a good, thick, chunky sauce. It's kind of got a salsa-like consistency, which I really like. Yeah. So there's kind of three different consistencies of hot sauces that I tried. There's the really thin, watery Tabasco-like consistency. There's a sort of chunky salsa-like consistency, and then there's the sort of smooth, very pureed, glossy, velvety consistency. Obviously, my least favorite of those is the watery. I've already said that. But and I would say that the glossy, velvety textured hot sauces are probably my favorite in terms of like texture. But man, I'm starting to really like these these chunks of nice tasting ingredients in these more salsa-like sauces. So let's try it. Instantly, there's a good amount of heat in it, but not too much. So there's lots of pepper seeds in that, and I could instantly taste that little hint of smoked pineapple, which was really, really nice. If I'm tasting the Guero peppers, they have a nice sort of sweet smokiness to them. If that's what I'm tasting, I could just be tasting the arbol. I think the any heat in it comes from the ghost pepper. I wouldn't think that a Guero chile would be. I mean, I would have heard it in the context of, hot peppers if it were considered one, so I don't think it is. But yeah, I taste a nice. It's not too salty. It's not too fruity. It's not too spicy. I like the seediness of it. I guess I would not eat this with wings. Probably the Hawaiian foods that I mentioned earlier. Like, it might be good on like a breaded pork cutlet. It's called katsu style in the Japanese. I don't know if the Hawaiians call their breaded pork cutlet something different, but it'd probably be good over that. Yeah, and I would definitely mix it into some Kahlua pork. You could pour it over some ribs. You might even mix it into a little mac salad to give it a little zip and help it match the barbecued foods a little bit better. Because I know, like, you have the dark, sugary, smoky, spicy, barbecue sauce over the meat, and then you're supposed to counterbalance that with the creaminess of a mac salad. But I never really got that. It's one of the reasons I don't eat Hawaiian food much, is because I don't really care for mac salad with grilled meats. It just doesn't work for me. But maybe if you add a touch of this, that should be good. All right, I'm gonna give it. I do like it. It's not a great sauce, but I like it. So just on its own, like sampling it, was probably a little hummingbird. Probably about a 6.5 for flavor. No better than between a 2 and a 3 for heat. Probably somebody who's not eating hot sauce every day like I do would give it a 4 or 5 for heat. It's got decent heat, but it's not spicy by any means. I could probably do a whole bottle chug. The only thing I'd have to worry about is throwing up, not being overwhelmed by the heat of it. But yeah, there's another sauce review for you. This is a nice one. Yeah, if you're really into Hawaiian food, it's something you should definitely have. Yeah, if you're into Hawaiian foods and spicy foods, yes, get it. And if you are, that kind of a person who just really loves Hawaiian restaurants, you'd probably give this like an 8. Between a 7 and an 8. It's just a 6.5 for me personally, because it's not really my thing. But I like the texture. I think it's nicely balanced. It's not too spicy. It's not too salty. Not too fruity, and it's got a nice smokiness to it. And it is a good sauce.